Hello students, welcome back to our channel. Students, in this video we are going to discuss various types of electrical circuits. This topic is from class 12 physics chapter 3 current electricity. Let's start. First one is the series circuit. Series circuit looks like this when the different components are connected in series. By series combination means end-to-end connectivity of the components. For example, let us consider that we have three resistors. So if we are connecting the three resistors like this is one resistor, and one end of this resistor is connected to one end of the second resistor like this, and it is then connected to one end of the third resistor like this, and this whole combination is connected across a battery. So this is called the series combination. Here we have shown two bulbs which are connected in series across a battery, and a switch is also shown in the circuit. So what are some characteristics of series circuit? Same type of current travels through every resistance, or we can say that same current flows through every resistance, because current divides only when the branches are divided. Since in a series connection all the components are connected in the same branch, these two bulbs are connected in the same branch, then obviously the current will be same, because current divides only branch wise. If I draw another branch, let's say this branch separates into two branches. Now the current which is coming from this branch will be divided into two parts. But since in series arrangement this is not the case, all the components are connected in the same branch. So in series current is always same. What about the potential difference? Let us say the potential difference across this component is V1 and the potential difference across this component is V2. Since this battery provides some potential, let us say this battery provides a potential V, and let us say the higher end is at V potential and the lower end is at zero potential. And since there is no component from this point to this point, so if this point is at V potential, this point has to be at V potential. And if this point is at zero potential, ignoring any potential drop across the switch, we can say that this point is at zero potential. Usually this is what we do. We always ignore any potential drop across the switch element. So if we are ignoring the potential drop across the switch element, we can say that this point of the circuit is at V potential and this point of the circuit is at zero potential. And so the total potential difference between all the circuit elements which are connected in series is V, which is equal to the voltage of the battery. So we can say that the potential difference across these will be equal to the sum of the potential difference across these components will be equal to the total potential difference. Okay. So number one, what was the first important characteristics of the series circuit? Current is same in all the components. Second one, potential difference divides, and the sum of the potential differences across all the components is equal to the applied potential difference. Third, total resistance in series arrangement always increases. Let us say if the resistance of this bulb is R1, if the resistance of this bulb is R1 and the resistance of this bulb is R2, then the net resistance of this combination is R1 plus R2. So overall resistance in a series arrangement always increases. So whenever we are connecting components in series arrangement, then the resistance will increase, so lesser current will pass through the branch. And since the equivalent resistance, जिसको हम लोग sum बोल रहे हैं, this is the equivalent resistance. So the equivalent resistance is equal to the sum of the individual resistances. So it is always greater than the greatest of the resistances. For example, suppose R1 has a value of 10 ohm and R2 has a value of 15 ohm. So greater of the two is 15, and the answer is going to be 15 plus 10, that is 25, which is greater than the greatest of the resistors. So overall resistance will increase in a series circuit. Second type of circuit is a parallel circuit. In a parallel circuit, we connect all the components. One end of all the components is connected to a common point, and the other end of all the components is also connected to another common point. For example, here I have connected two resistors in parallel arrangement. If this is the resistance R1 and this is the resistance R2, then the one end of R1 and R2 is at point A, and one end of R1 and R2 is at point B. Right? Okay. We can also connect 3, 4 or any number of resistors in parallel. Now let us say we are connecting 3 resistors in parallel. So this is R1, this is R2, and this is R3. R1, R2, R3. Now these three are now connected in parallel because one end of each of them is at A and the other end is at B. Right? Okay. So what happens? Here we have shown two bulbs which are connected in parallel. So what happens? What are the characteristics of parallel arrangement? In a parallel circuit, potential difference is same across all the components. Why the potential difference will be same across all the components? Because potential difference is always between 2 points. Now let us again take the potential difference across this battery BV, and this point is at potential V, and this point is at potential 0. Now if we start from here, there is no component, so this end is at potential V and this end is also at potential V. This end is at 0 potential, ignoring the potential difference across the switch, and this end is also at 0 potential. So what is the potential difference between this bulb? That is V. And what is the potential difference between this bulb? That is also V. So potential difference is same across all the components. Number 2, since the branches are dividing, so if some current is coming from this battery, from the positive terminal, if some current is coming from this battery, let us say the current I comes in this circuit, then at this junction, this current will have two branches to move to, so some part of the current will flow in this branch and some part in this branch, such that the sum of I1 and I2 is I. So current in series, current was same but the potential was dividing, but in parallel current is same, potential is same and the current is dividing. Number 3, let's talk about the resistance. Now let us say the resistance of this is R1 and resistance of this bulb is R2. So we can say that the equivalent resistance in case of two resistors connected in series is 1 upon R1 plus R2, which means that the overall resistance will decrease and it will be less than the least of the 2 resistors or 3 resistors or any number of resistors. Now let us say that these are the same bulbs which were connected in series before. Now we have connected the same bulbs in parallel. So the resistance of this bulb was 15 ohm and the resistance of this bulb was 10 ohm. Now what is the equivalent resistance of this combination? According to this formula, this will be 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 15. Now LCM of 10 and 15, LCM of 10 and 15 is what? It is 30. So it is 2 plus 3. So 5 by 30, or we can say 30 by 5. It is 6 ohm. So equivalent resistance is 6 ohm, which is lesser than the least value. Least value of these two was 10 and the equivalent resistance is 6, which is less than 10. So if we want to decrease the resistance, we will connect the resistors in parallel, and if we want to increase the overall resistance, we are going to connect the resistors in series. Okay, so these were the characteristics. Let's read them out. In a parallel circuit, the similar potential difference is transferred across all the resistances. The total current gets distributed into the number of paths. The aggregate current is always equal to the sum of the individual currents. Reciprocal of the parallel circuit's equivalent resistance is equal to the sum of reciprocals of the individual resistances. The equivalent resistance is the smallest of all the resistances, and the equivalent conductance is calculated by adding the single conductance. Conductance is just the reciprocal of the resistance. Resistance is the ability of a body to obstruct, to oppose the flow of current through it, and conductance is the ability of the body to allow the flow of current through it. So in the parallel arrangement, the equivalent conductance, symbol of conductance is G. So the equivalent conductance is G1 plus G2 plus G3 and so on. Right? Star delta connection. Now these are the types of circuits in which we cannot distinguish, we cannot identify whether the circuit is series or parallel. We can classify such type of circuits into two types. One is the star connection, which will look like this. Here is one resistor, here is another resistor, and here is a third resistor. Now this is called the star connection. We can clearly see that these three resistors R1, R2, R3 are neither in series nor in parallel. And there is another form of this circuit which is called the delta connection, which look like a delta. This one look like a star. So this one is star circuit, and this one is delta circuit. Right? Okay, so we cannot clearly identify whether these three resistors are connected in series or in parallel. In star circuit, you are supposed to find the equivalent resistance between any 2 points, and in any 2 points between these three, we are supposed to find the equivalent resistance between A or B, or A and C, or B or C. And here the 3 points are these, which are the vertices of this delta connection ABC. And again we are supposed to find the equivalent resistance between any these 2 points. Linear circuit. Linear circuit is the circuit whose parameters are constant. A linear circuit is one whose parameters are constant with time and do not change with voltage or current, and the circuit obeys Ohm's law. These are called linear circuits in which the Ohm's law is obeyed, and the circuit elements like the voltage, the current, then the resistance, they do not change with time, they are always constant. In non-linear circuits, the parameters change with voltage or current, and circuit does not obey Ohm's law. These are the circuit which do not obey Ohm's law. For example, what is Ohm's law? Ohm's law says that V is proportional to I, right? So in that case, if the Ohm's law is obeyed, we get a straight line for VI graph. Right? We get a straight line for VI graph. Let us say this is V and this is I. So we get a straight line for VI graph because the Ohm's law is obeyed. For example, any circuit containing resistors obeys Ohm's law, and voltage across the components or the resistances of the components always remain constant. But in a non-linear circuit, Ohm's law is not obeyed. For example, PN junction is a non-linear circuit. In such a circuit, the resistance of the PN junction depends upon external factors. It can be increased or it can be decreased using the external factors like changing the voltage and all. So it looks like this, the VI graph of a PN junction. So obviously it is not a straight line, so it does not follow Ohm's law. Next type of circuits are unilateral circuits. Unilateral circuits are those circuits in which the current can be flown in a single direction only. Like as the word suggests, uni means one. So these are the types of circuits in which the current can be flown or the current flows only in one direction in a unilateral circuit. For example, diode rectifier, full wave and half wave rectifiers are unilateral circuits because the output is only in one direction. Whether the input is in one direction or the other direction, in a diode rectifier, the input that we apply is an alternating current, and obviously an alternating current, we all know that it changes direction, and the diode rectifier is used to convert alternating current into direct current. And since the direct current always flows in a single direction, so whether the alternating current in one direction or the other direction, the output that you are going to get will be in single direction only. So such type of circuits are called unilateral circuits. Second type are bilateral circuits, in which the current can flow in any direction. It can go from suppose this is a circuit, so current flows in any direction. It can go from this end to this end, or if we change the voltage, it can also go from this end to this end. For example, resistors are bilateral because the property of a resistance does not change by changing the direction of the current. So current can be flown in either direction, or the transmission lines which are connected from one city to another city and are responsible for transferring current from one city to another city, they are also bilateral because current can be flown from city A to city B, and using the same line it can also be flown from city B to city A, right? So these are the types of circuits that you are going to study in your class 12th. I'll meet you in the next lecture. Till then, all the best.